rated 12 plus, contains scenes of blood and violence. Hi, and I'm Yuji Naka. You may remember me from such radio shows as The Sonic Hour. I'm here to wish you a Merry Christmas, and also to host SEGASonic TV, Episode 2. We have a jam-packed Christmas episode, but first the latest Sonic news. Since E3 2004, little has been released on the upcoming Sonic DS on Nintendo's tidy new console, while shipping in America. Yuji Naka talks about the DS on Nintendo's Touch website. Sonic DS is supposedly due for release in the new year. Yuji Naka goes racing. Recently the crazy Sonic creator himself has taken time out to catch some speed himself, racing round well-known circuits in Tasmania. In his custom-painted Sonic Lotus Elias. Oh boy, I want one of them real bad. And finally, McDonald's and Sega have agreed to do a second series of Sonic the Hedgehog Happy Meal toys, including Sonic Extreme Boarding, Through the Cream's Flower Catch. There are also silver toys that can win prizes too. I'm loving it. Visit www.dsscnews.com for the full stories. Now it's time for a review of Sonic Mega Collection Plus by FastFeet.
This isn't the first Sonic compilation game. In fact, it's nowhere near it. There have been at least 2 other compilation games, notably the well-known Sonic Jam that was available on the now deceased Sega Saturn. Sonic Jam represented a true compilation game by keeping it simple. It had a few of the best Sonic games released along with a 3D Sonic world, with Sonic making his 3D debut. Now we have Sonic Mega Collection Plus, originally appearing on the GameCube and has now made the jump to PS2 and Xbox. The compilation welcomes you with a choice of manuals, games, extras or options on entering the game. They all do what they say on the tin for that effect. You can view all the original manuals of the games cover to cover. Then we have the bulk of the compilation, the games. Sonic Mega Collection Plus offers 21 games to play through, with only a few open to play from the beginning. The games range from the original Sonic the Hedgehog on Mega Drive to Sonic Labyrinth on Game Gear. The only formats that appear are the Mega Drive and Game Gear, along with a few non-Sonic games such as Comic Zone and Rockstar for example. Although this isn't a definitive collection, as it is missing some other well-known Sonic titles which are well overdue in appearance, such as Sonic CD, Knuckles Chaotix and maybe even Sonic R. Onto the extras. As a compilation game, it should include a large amount of extras gained by completion of the original games. If you have a Sonic Heroes save on your console, you'll have access to the Sonic Heroes movies and all the Game Gear games automatically. This is a shame really, as that's half the unlockables. The other half lie in playing in the original games 40 odd times before you unlock something. There are also illustrations and some of these Sonic Archie comic book series to browse through, although the compilation could have been done with some more movies and well a good old 3D Sonic world. That's never a bad thing in my book. Graphically, you can't expect much here, as it's a compilation game and only showing off the openness of the original games when they came out. Although playing a Game Gear game meant for a 6-inch screen on a 14-inch screen or bigger just wasn't meant to be. But the graphics are spot on to their original counterparts, and you cannot fault them in any way. Menu graphics are sharp and nice to look at along with the extra artwork thrown in. Overall a good job converting the graphics over to console, but don't expect any polygons. With the sound we have a similar situation here, as nothing sounds great by today's standards, but they stay true to the original counterparts. There has been a little problem with the music, as some of it doesn't quite match to what it used to sound like. Only the die-hard fans will be able to tell, but as a conversion of a classic, or classics, I would expect everything to remain intact. Otherwise, listening from the originals will please all, including such sounds as the classic Sega sound, rings, and every other sound effect to please all Blue Blur fans or otherwise. Unfortunately, the game lacks on unlockables. A similar addition, such as the 3D Sonic World in Sonic Jam, would have been great. Instead, it's all menu based and quite boring. With what extras there are, you'll get a few illustrations, extra games, and some Sonic Heroes movies. Overall, a lot more effort could have been made to perk up a compilation game which is more than an archive of classics. Sonic Mega Collection Plus isn't bad at all really. All the original Sonic games are good, along with a few you might not have heard of before, providing great gameplay for a nostalgic rainy day. However, the amount of extras and longevity is missing. Once you've played through the games, which will take a fair while, the game then becomes an archive. Overall, a welcome addition to any console, but not the best Sonic compilation. I'm holding out for a good 3D Sonic game to be released.
To read the full review, head to the FastFeet Media forums. Now it's time for some advertisements.
But they call me the glove.
How you feeling tonight?
Yo, I'm feeling the love.
Feel the love, glove.
I'm feeling Sonic! Yo, Sonic! Man, stay off the light speed!
My bad.
Sonic Adventure on Sega Dreamcast. It's thinking.
Game Boy Advance.
いつもの4人に事件勃発。やるしかないのか。激突はちゃめちゃバトルだ。ソニックバトル。 君に約束する。超音速アクションは止まらない。
Non-stop power play. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 from Mega Drive.
This right here is the Game Boy Advance SP custom cover with Sonic Adventure over it. It is not something you can find in a store. This was custom made. You could find custom kits to make these yourself, so if you cannot buy this, you could find the kits yourself to make something very similar to this. Next on our Christmas list would be the Sonic Adventure plush toys, and these are actually Beanie Babies. Has Shadow, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, and Sonic, of course. And well, these are about 6 inches tall, and it's $100 for the whole thing. But it's kind of overpriced for 5 plush toys. But you could rarely find these in American stores. This is the Sonic Adventure hat, but as you can tell, it does not look real. So I wouldn't bidding on this type of item, but you can if you want to. I don't recommend it. The next item on our eBay auction list would be the Sonic X action figures. This is not every character, but it has most of them. This is our 13 of all the characters, and is actually a very good price to buy these. It's only $100 for all these action figures, and it's usually more expensive on Yes Asia or other sites that are related to these type of items. So please bid on this item. It's a very good price. Yes, the Nomad Movo. I've always wanted this, but I can never seem to get it for Christmas. But it is a very unusual product to find. You can play your your Sega Genesis games on a handheld. This was never really promoted though in America, but it was sold in America, and that's why they stopped making them, because no one would buy it because it wasn't advertised properly. But this is a very rare item to buy. I recommend buying this if you like playing classic Sega games. These are more Sonic Adventure plush toys, and these are 6 inches, and the bid starts at $7.32 in American money, but $4 in GPBs, but I'm not sure what those are. But these are by Me Bra Bra auction online store, but you can also find on eBay, and you could find all of these characters, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, on the internet on the site, and many other characters as well as different versions of plush toy. This is the Sonic Underground plush toy made from Denny's restaurants in the year 2000, and it's a very rare item, such as all these other items which come from mild rare to very rare. But this is an item that you can probably never find in a store ever again, so I would try and put your bidding on this item.
Always remember to shop safely, and if you're under 16, get a parent or guardian to help you out. That's it from me, Yuji Naka, and SSTV Episode 2. Don't forget to check out FastFeet Media. It's bitchin'.